She wrote to me, "On Harrington Gardens you will meet a man named Maxwell. He operates a convenience store that locals call the Smoking Jacket because of its absurd amount of tobacco products. How does one remember another's memory of a person? For example, the way Maxwell's video cameras operate at the front of his store with 4 perspectives." She wrote that his welcoming nature is helped by the fact of his constant playing of Rubicon, Part 1 by Tangerine Dream, that echoes through the walls of his shop. Remnants of past playlists are evident on his white Relisys monitor that stands tall in between the birthday cards and wrapping paper. She wrote to me that Maxwell has a lazy eye and silver bracelets, but reacts to every gesture of the customer. She wrote, "My memory can be transferred over to you. For example, Maxwell told me about his garden. It's located on a canal and includes flat-cut bushes, a blue and red wall, and a small female figurine that peers through the vegetation." She wrote to me, "I arrived at Turnpike Lane at dawn. As you exit the station, a consciousness-raising animal abuse protester stands with a sign. He stays still from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, resisting any type of conversation with others." She wrote, "I remember those moments when I would catch the eyes of strangers on the train, and how one man continues to read his newspaper." She writes that she remembers the great fragility of these moments. He would always leave Turnpike Station carrying 2 different shopping bags, one in each arm, with his polyester suit flowing in the wind of the escalators. Now she writes, "From Laysdown you'll be greeted by Mary. Her house is lodged on the edge of town, and unlike Maxwell, does not have a garden." She wrote to me, "Mary's numerous roles as Indian food deliverer, neighborhood watch admin, and caretaker have slowly given her an unspoken status of mother of the island." She wrote, "If you look close enough, you can see her 14-year-old dog lying discreetly behind her. Her memories begin to make a space. A visual picture of Mary sitting in her dimly lit front room becomes apparent." She wrote, "Mary would nod her head in acceptance and begin to outline the history of farmlands on the island." She wrote to me, "On Sunday morning, Mary dropped me in Sheerness. The commercial nature of the infrastructure is evident through the heavily worn but rarely used BT telephone boxes." She wrote, "The First World War Memorial erects a stillness in front of the large firms, George, Jackson, Justice, Hammett, Harford, Hodges." She writes, "The statue has been drowned out by the quick pleasures and immediate impulses of the 21st century." She wrote, "BT, McDonald's, Tesco, McDonald's, BT." She wrote, "They act as a mirror to one's expected needs, as a lined blue and white shirt is picked up in the foreground." Now she writes, "Across town lay a tired bingo centre, with a product-filled pet supermarket down the road, with a street busker, but I cannot remember the song." She wrote, "How does one remember the contrast that embodies the memorial of its surroundings?" as she directs me back to her conversation with Mary on the Elmley farmland. She wrote, "Mary remembers the Elmley farmland, the vastness of flat open space where farmers tried to stop the growing of black grass, which reduces crop yields. Mary recalls the plots of land being riddled with windmills in groups of 4 that line the horizon leading back into town." She wrote, "Mary told her towards the edge of the farmlands lay 2 transformers whose cables allow the entry of electricity to the island, and how the windmills and transformers break up the clouds." She wrote, As you leave the farmland, the bridge acts as a tool of transferal, like my notes have to you.
The passage of time is flicking dimly up on the screen. I can't see the lines I used to think